Alright guys, now let's see, right, we're going to be doing ourselves some lovely editing. Mainly helping out a guy learning how to edit files for a server. We'll be using both Essentials and Group Manager. Right now, see here, see I've got it, you can just chuck them anywhere. Really, so we've got Essentials and Group Manager. What I do generally is just copy it from your server plugins folder, and you can just shove them wherever. I've got a dedicated file on my NAS box, which is a network storage, and that will store all my saves as well as all my edits I do. So here first we've got to go into Essentials, and you want to go into the config file. Yeah, you want to go into the config file. So we want to open that with Notepads++. Now, as you can see here, you just got to make sure of your names. Really, this is all you need Essentials for, is to determine what names you have given, as well as the player commands. And as you can see, there's quite a few in just the basic commands. You also can edit your kits and all that in here. So you've got them all down here. Emergencies, tools, notch, yada yada yada. Let's have a look. Let's go. Where is it? Here we go. So here we got VIP, VIP2, VIP3, and default, which is 3. Now, as you can see here, it's all in little letters. Now, generally, when you're doing code, yes, to have a correct spelling, proper grammar and all that, is one way of doing it. Well, I find it easier rather than having these complicated, capitals and all that. If you just keep it all simple, so do the whole KISS thing. So we'll change them all down to little VIPs. There we go. They're only little VIPs. And what we'll do here, keep that down. Maximum money, minimum money. Let's have a look here. Chat. You edit. This I like to edit at times. It just stops players from massively spamming each other, and just keeps them into a general location. If your players want to stay together, they can, set to say, let's set to 500, without me doing that, of course, because I'm doing notepad things. So let's get back to our screen, and so that becomes, now we've got 5,004. So let's just keep that at 500. Then we can go back all the way down to. You got your protections, so if you want to stop your lava. So editing the Essentials config is actually quite a useful thing to do. So you got suffocate, drownings, lightning. With that. Now here, if you notice that you're getting a lot of rain, and if you're a server owner that doesn't like the rain or anything like that, or you don't mind it but you don't want too much of it, what I suggest you remove the lightning and the thunder and just keep the storm. Or you can keep thunder and they'll just give you the noise and the rain. Or you can keep the lightning and they'll give you all the weathers really. All the conditions, I should say. So they'll give you the rain, the thunder sound, and the lightning strikes. However, it won't give you a storm or a thunder. So you'll only be down to either a normal day, a clear day, or a lightning day, night. Buildings, use, placements, yada yada yada. Kits, tools. If you can't be stuffed editing all those kits up there, you can actually just remove kits altogether, and voila, that's nice and easy. And as you can see here, end of file. No, seriously, you're done with configurations. Right, now what this mainly here, what I've done here is, where is it? It's up the top there. This is probably the more important part about it all. It's just the VIPs. Now we just want to make sure that we've got nothing else that has for VIPs. Nope, that's it. So Control S to save it, where you can do your file save, yada yada yada. As you can see here, I've got one server that I've been working on quite a bit now. Now what I'll do is I shall go back up here, and we shall go into our Group Manager. Now in Group Manager you'll see you've got backup, worlds, config, and global groups. What we'll do, I'll go through global groups now. Here, as you can see, you've got your global groups. Now these are groups that you can edit. If you just want to save time in editing all your worlds, but I find that most servers and most admins like to have different plugins and all that, or different permissions per world anyway. So editing this file, it takes a bit of dedication, it takes a bit of time, but you just gotta get used to it all. As you can see here, we've got arenas, Hawkeyes, and all this is under bucket default. Okay, and here we have VIP and VIP2. Now, see this? You can change that to normal VIP. So you just gotta get these down so that if you do want to have more classes, you can do this. Ooh. Okay, and then you can just add another one. And all you have to do now is just copy this file. So the G bucket admin, G bucket moderator, G VIP. This. Ooh, just had pizza. Yummy. Come in useful somewhere else. What we'll do is we'll edit that one. This config file now, just so we can make sure what we have here. Now, as you can see, we've got mirrors. You want to you just want to ignore all this top part. Depends on how often you have your players changing and all that. You can have this saved every 10 minutes. I like to keep it at every 30 minutes. Again, I've just done the whole shortcuts on my numpad. So what we'll do is I'll do this a slow way. Top part. So I like to keep it to 30 minutes. Number of hours retained backup. Say for every 30 minutes there'll be a save. After 24 hours of that first save, it erases. So for the first 24 hours you actually get quite a few saves. However, it shouldn't increase after that. Well, it won't increase after that. Logging, you just want to leave that how it is. Mirrors. Now this will determine these two here will determine your world's add-on. So your first world would start off as world, or you can rename that to whatever you got. Here I think we've got Nevermore, World Nether, World End, and all unnamed worlds. So if you create a new world, it's going to copy and paste the same users and same groups that we'll have in the previous world or in the previous group, or So and by previous I mean we'll go to worlds, we'll go to world, and it'll actually copy these two here. It's not going to copy what's in this. It's actually just going to copy what's in this. Alright, so if you want to copy over each of these plugins, you've actually got to change that line there to say Nevermore. So what we do is we do Nevermore, and just to make sure, now it does go by correct spelling. Just got to make sure it's the same spelling there. So no capitals, N's, not good. Alright, and that will actually start copying all the permissions that way. Now, what we don't want to actually have it in to copy all the users. Or you do if you... Okay, to be honest, if you do want to get more money off players and you want them to get like VIP on every one of your worlds or thing, you just remove that, users. You remove that and it'll force VIPs from one world to be just normal players in another world. Alright? And you can do that. It gives you a lot more customization. You can create, say, a VIP on one server would become a builder on another, or a VIP on one world will become a builder on another world, or an admin on another world. Alright, and that becomes with multi-world, and you can create your own worlds like that. So what we'll do here is we'll go here. Now you want to ignore the users. Users file becomes quite useless here, and we're more concentrating on the groups here, because the users just determine what groups there are. So we've got groups. We've got default true, which means every player that joins your server will start as default. This is what you want, and this will give them the permissions. As you can see here, we've got essentials, AFK, buy, help pop. Yep. Okay. Now, if you want to add in a new plugin, what you got to do is, now we're going to see. I'm not showing you right now. I'm just actually having a look, trying to get a. Oh, what shall I add in? Good question. Good question, good question, good question. Where is it? Say if I wanted to add in tree cutter. Alright, so you got permissions. And here we go. Here's our permission zone. So we've got tree cutter admin and tree cutter admin. Let's turn the tree cutter on and off. Here we have more permission nodes here. Tree cutter axe, tree cutter get axe, which gives you an axe when you first join, and tree cutter any. So if we download this plugin and put it into our plugin folder, we then go through our lovely little group here. Now, if you obviously with tree cutter, if you don't give them permissions to chop down trees with the axe, they can't actually chop down a tree. So with this plugin here, we actually want to copy and paste this command, this permission node here, and I mean just copy paste. So you capital T, then you got the dot axe. So what do here is, and then you also want to give them the same one with tree cutter any, which will allow them to cut trees with even their hands or with a pickaxe, so they don't have to use an axe. So what we'll do is we'll go down here. So just so we've just installed it. Don't know why there's another space there. Alright. Now for some reason with C++, not C++, Notepad++. Oh god. If you don't do what I've just done now, so you go backspace right up to the back edge, and you push your spacebar a couple of times as you can hear. And then you've got to do this dash here, and then Control V. Tree cutter axe, and they'll actually give permissions to the general team or the general group. So your starting group will have access to this. Now, if I was to type tree cutter here, as you can see here on the left hand side, you got this dash here. That's actually separating this default permissions group from the inherents. Now, the way this plugin works, the group manager, you actually need these combined. So you've actually got to go all the way back to the edge and then add in. So what do we have? We've got tree cutter, and instead of X we have any. Am I correct? Now have I spelled that right? Yes, I have. Tree cutter any. Now obviously you got get axe. The star obviously gives it to all permissions, so it tells you to turn it on or off or reload. I suggest you leave this to your moderators or your admins if you don't trust your moderators. It will allow, so that way players don't get mucked around. Alright, now what do we have here? Alright, so let's see, we've got group default. Now let's see, we've got inherits, so this will inherit all those. Now if we want to add in a new one, now we can start this off from the beginning. Let's see if we can do this. Let's see about doing. Let's create a new class, shall we? Actually, let's just copy paste. It's a lot easier doing it this way. So we've got builder class. We just want to go Control C, go down the line, and Control V. As you can see now, we've got two builder classes. However, we want to backspace that. So you want to keep it sort of like in its own little category, like they've done here. But we want to rename this one. Now let's, as you remember, we have in where is it? Global groups. We have VIP, VIP2, VIP3. What we want to do here, so we want to call this a VIP. Now default false. Yep, it's not going to be. So your players don't start as VIP. We want to inherit the default. Now to inherit the default, it's going to inherit all the permissions from this right here. It's going to inherit all those permissions. Alright, and then as well as the essentials builder and ground and townie builder. Now if you want to make its own permissions, so say let me get another plugin up. Let's say lyrics, let's give them redstone cannons. Let's see what we've got here. So we've got permission. So we put this redstone cannons, which gives it sort of like a trampoline. So let's say we've got redstone cannon use and redstone cannon create. So if we go back to our notepad, here we just want VIP to create. We're going to give them say, hey, listen, thank you for donating. We're going to let you create your own trampolines. So we want to get to about there. And we want to go, where is it? We want to copy this permission. So let's just go Control C on use, and then we go we can just type in create. It's a lot quicker to do that way. Let's turn use, and then we'll do backspace, and we want to go back to here, and we want to do let's turn create. There we go, and then you got inherits. Now, as you can see here, it's actually separated these. Now, let's remove. Let's see about getting this all to join up together like a nice little family, shall we? There we go. That was one spacebar off, and that's one spacebar does make a lot of difference. So this will allow VIPs to say use and all these commands here, all those permissions, and they'll allow them to use their own cannons. If you'd like, you can make general players use the cannons, but they can't build it. So if VIPs want to troll a little bit, they can create cannons outside people's bases if you allow them to, etc, etc. Now we want to go down here. Now builder. Now builder is going to be after VIP. So instead of actually inheriting from default, we want the builders to also be able to create these redstone cannons. So let's inherit the VIP. Obviously on the left there's a little V and a little P. And moderator is still going to inherit from builder. So it's going to inherit both the inheritance of VIP, Essentials Builder and Townie Builder, as well as all these defaults. It's sort of like acting as a ladder. If you don't want the builder to inherit these VIPs, so if you don't want them to create cannons or use cannons, you can just have as default if you like. But who's going to do that? I mean, most people would like to do it the way they have. So let's see what we've got down here. We're about here. These prefixes are just basically the colour. I think AN4 is red, and all that. Now we'd like, as you can see here, you've actually got these double dash here for vanish, and that's for owners. Now I think it might just be a bad way of coding it, but I think he's accidentally added in that extra dash. So all you do is just remove that dash, and you're all set to go. Control S, and then what you do is just copy and paste this file back into your plugins. So back into your what was it? Your group manager, worlds, nevermore groups, and they'll actually go on from there. Now, as I said before, this nevermore world by global groups, no config I should say, sorry, config. It will actually inherit. If you create a new world, it's going to get those same permissions as we just made just then. So a new world, yeah, clean empty world will also have these sort of permissions right there. And I think that is about it. So I guess all it becomes is just a bunch of tests and trials. It is good to have a friend with you on Skype, just so you can have a test dummy really. If you can find a test dummy, it's the way to go. If not, if you have access to a second account, go and use that. It's another great way of testing out your plugins. And most people, I think, normally just if they get tired of it, you can do /op. But that is doing it cheating way, and that ops actually get all permissions regardless on where they are. So an admin op will have the same amount of permissions as a general player or a default player as op. So you want to try and make it so every group that you have here, you want to try and make it so you don't actually have to have anyone as op whatsoever. If you set these up right, no one will have to be op. Okay, well, I'll catch you guys next time. Enjoy yourselves, and well, yeah, just enjoy yourselves, I guess. Ciao.